Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. The Los Angeles Lakers are obviously looking for a new star after LeBron James' departure, and one name that's emerging and would be great is De'Aaron Fox. It's being suggested that the Lakers sign De'Aaron Fox next summer. De'Aaron Fox might be the best available star to pair with DONCIC. Barring Giannis Antetokounmpo becoming available, which would obviously be the best possible fit next to DONCIC, Fox might be the best option. He's passable defensively and a terrific offensive player while still being in his 20s. The Spurs may expect top dollar for him for those reasons. However, the Lakers could absorb his entire salary and would have access to multiple first-round picks to trade. Whether San Antonio would agree to that deal is unknown, but they may eventually have to move on from Fox. With the Lakers having cap space plans and few stars to actually sign, Fox might be the best option for Los Angeles. Anyone who has been watching the NBA offseason closely knows that the Los Angeles Lakers have dramatically improved while also keeping an eye toward the future. They made a conscious decision not to sign big contracts that run past next season and could have as much as $96 million to play with next summer. That would give them plenty of flexibility to rebuild around Luka Doncic, with LeBron James not expected to return after next season. Nevertheless, they may be hard-pressed to find a top free agent to spend all that money on. Instead, they may have to scour the trade market for potential stars, with San Antonio Spurs star De'Aaron Fox being an attractive trade target. Despite having only played 17 games for the Spurs since being acquired from the Sacramento Kings, De'Aaron Fox's name continues to come up in trade rumors. After the Spurs drafted Dylan Harper second overall, many questioned whether they can coexist, especially when including the reigning Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle. Having three talented guards on a roster is hard to make work. And while they are all big enough to play together, if neither Harper nor Castle develops into a good shooter, then the Spurs would be hard-pressed to play them alongside Victor Wembanyama long-term. The Lakers could pursue De'Aaron Fox next summer. That means there's the possibility that San Antonio might extend Fox with the intention of trading him if the right deal came along. With the Lakers having up to $96 million in cap space next summer but not having a star to spend it on, they could hit up the Spurs to check the availability of Fox. Although the Lakers don't necessarily need a point guard with them having DONCIC, given the list of potentially available stars, his fit makes arguably the most sense. Lauri Markkanen of the Utah Jazz, Julius Randle of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans, and Mikal Bridges of the New York Knicks all could be available on the trade market. However, Markkanen saw his numbers drop off significantly last season. Williamson is a walking DNP, Bridges isn't a traditional star but could want a max contract, and Randle has defensive flaws. Even Trae Young, who may actually be a free agent next summer and is arguably a better offensive player than Fox, would make for an awful fit given his defensive issues. DeAndre Ayton is the Lakers' best center in the LeBron era, and it's not even close. When you think about it. Assuming we continue to view Anthony Davis as a power forward, which was always his stated preference during his time in Los Angeles, then the bar for best true center of the LeBron James era has been remarkably low. Now, the arrival of DeAndre Ayton means he probably immediately takes over that unofficial title. It's honestly not like it was a particularly hard title to earn considering the past candidates. Marc Gasol, Andre Drummond, and Dwight Howard all offered solid moments during their time in Los Angeles, but were far removed from their peak years when they suited up in the purple and gold. Ayton gives the Lakers something they have not had during this entire run with LeBron, a center in his prime with real two-way potential. He has been criticized in the past for inconsistency and effort, but the talent has always been evident. In LA, Ayton will have the opportunity to reset his narrative in a new system alongside Luka Doncic and a retooled supporting cast. That pairing alone could be transformative for his production, considering Luka's ability to create easy opportunities for big men in the pick and roll. Ayton is already LA's best center since at least 2018. Compared to the names that came before him, Ayton offers more athleticism than Gasol, more skill than Drummond, and more durability than Howard at that stage of his career. This is not to take anything away from what those veterans once were, or the roles they filled in limited bursts, but none of them were long-term solutions. In contrast, Ayton still has room to grow and years left in his prime. That alone places him in a different category than any other true center the Lakers have employed during the LeBron window. Of course, there will be pressure. Playing for this organization always brings expectations given how bright the lights are. The Lakers are clearly building a roster to suit DONCIC, and this may be the kind of situation Ayton needed. He doesn't have to carry a big load, he just has to anchor the paint, play within himself, and complement the stars around him. If he does that, the Lakers could finally have the interior presence they have long lacked, and Ayton could shed the inconsistency label that has followed him for years. Either way, the facts are hard to ignore. Right now, this is the best true center Los Angeles has had in the LeBron era, and if things break right, it might not even be a discussion for much longer. Luka Doncic change LeBron James will have to accept to stay on the Lakers. Things could get shaky. The Los Angeles Lakers' future dramatically changed when they acquired Luka Doncic in early February. The focus was no longer on 40-year-old LeBron, but on their new young star. How the Lakers have navigated the offseason proves that, for the first time in his career, it's not all about LeBron. After LeBron exercised his $52.8 million player option, his agent, Rich Paul, released a statement to ESPN that led many to believe that the star wanted to compete for a championship elsewhere. After weeks of trade speculation, a lot of which didn't make sense, The Athletic reported that LeBron and the Lakers hadn't talked about a buyout or a trade. The expectation is that LeBron will be at training camp. His contract in LA is set to expire at the end of next season after the Lakers didn't talk to him about an extension, per ESPN. His future hangs in the balance, and not just because retirement is coming. Los Angeles is now Luka's team. He'll start his first full season with the team in a few months, a season that will be structured around him. Luka will be the number one option. He's going to take more shots and facilitate the offense. LeBron will play more off the ball. Things might seem like they're okay in LeBron land, at least for now, but will that change once the season starts? How will the 2025-26 season go for LeBron and the Lakers? It's nearly impossible to envision next season going smoothly for LeBron and LA. His situation hasn't simmered down, but instead, it's building beneath the surface. LeBron likes to be the center of attention. He's done more than enough to deserve to be the center of attention. He will always be a center of attention because of who he is, but the Lakers now have another player taking up the spotlight. How that will affect LeBron on and off the court is to be determined. He and Luka played together in the second half of last season, but that was before the organization restructured its offseason around Luka. The Lakers made a series of moves this summer, but none that rivaled top contenders in the conference. LeBron wants to make another run at a championship, which could still happen in LA, but it's not exactly likely. There shouldn't be tension between LeBron and Luka, as both understand the nature of the business, but the tension could, and likely will, increase between LeBron and the Lakers. Bronny James is already making the Lakers coaches rethink the depth chart. Bronny is just getting started. The Los Angeles Lakers want to be contenders with Luka Doncic and LeBron James, but Bronny James is forcing the coaching staff to rethink their plans. Fans saw the younger James shining in Summer League and overtaking Dalton Knecht as the team's best young talent. The 20-year-old is undersized and needs time to develop, but the first steps have been positive. The Lakers must continue fostering his development. Their first goal is winning games and competing for a championship. It is why they signed Marcus Smart as a defense-first guard, but Bronny should benefit from that. Ideally, the younger James turns into a Smart-like player with a better jumper. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick has a plan for Bronny, and it involves being impactful on both ends of the floor. The Lakers are light on perimeter defense, and that may not be by accident. James keeps improving, and the coaching staff hopes he can vault his way into the rotation by season's end. Bronny James is making J.J. Redick rethink the Lakers' rotation. Bronny averaged 14.3 points, 2.7 assists, 2.3 rebounds, and 1.0 steal in 20.4 minutes per game during the Las Vegas Summer League. He was the point guard and primary creator for the South Bay Lakers to close last season. The organization is clearly invested in his development and has already seen positives. Redick mentioned Davion Mitchell and T.J. McConnell as the type of player he wants Bronny to become. Both are known for their defense and ability to make plays. That is the Lakers' goal. He will mostly play in the G League, but LA will need the 20-year-old in certain situations. Smart has played 54 total games in the last 2 seasons. He is no stranger to missing time. When the veteran is out, the Lakers will likely call on Bronny to be part of the rotation. How the 20-year-old fares in those minutes will determine his role moving forward. In the meantime, James is focusing on his jumper and conditioning. Those are the keys to him carving out a role this season. If Bronny is a plus shooter who can defend 94 feet, the Lakers will find playing time. It may be sporadic, but James must crawl before he can run. Redick sees his conditioning as the only thing holding him back. He was quoted in the recent ESPN feature with this. The biggest thing for Bronny is that he has to get in elite shape. That's the barrier of entry for him right now. And if he does that, I think he's got a chance to be a really fantastic player in the NBA. The Los Angeles Lakers drafted a special talent. Bronny James is best known for being LeBron's oldest son, but that will soon change. The 20-year-old is on the cusp of cracking an NBA rotation and creating his own legacy. Lakers fans are excited to see his growth, and the best is still yet to come. Everyone hopes Bronny can make Redick's lineup decisions even hard immediately. It won't be long if continues getting better, so stay tuned. LeBron James' next team may be joining his latest nemesis. Could there be a throne awaiting in the Rockies? LeBron James was recently spotted soaking up the sun aboard a fancy yacht off the French coast. This was not just a typical celebrity vacation. Nope, the 4-time NBA champ was seen having a conversation with Misko Raznatovic. That would be the prominent NBA agent for none other than Denver Nuggets superstar Nikola Jokic. Given that Jokic and the Nuggets have been the Lakers' playoff kryptonite lately, this unexpected meeting sent the NBA world into a frenzy. Could King James actually be quietly cooking up a move to join the Lakers' fiercest rival of late? LeBron's timing is totally tantalizing and concerning. The timing is nothing short of eyebrow-raising. LeBron remains officially signed with the Lakers through the 2025-26 season after recently opting into a $52.6 million player option. But rumors are swirling that he might already be eyeing the future. This is especially notable since the Lakers appear fully committed to building around Luka Doncic. At 40 years old, it's becoming clear that LeBron's long-term spot in Los Angeles might not be guaranteed anymore. Adding to the intrigue of all of this was Raznatovic's caption on his Instagram post, "The summer of 2025 is the perfect time to make big plans for the fall of 2026. At King James at Mav Carter." By tagging LeBron and his manager directly, Raznatovic sent a subtle but powerful message. Something major could be brewing well before LeBron's current deal expires. LeBron Jokic dream team is an epic possibility. If LeBron does head to Denver, it would be one of the most jaw-dropping moves in recent NBA history. After 2 brutal playoff losses to the Nuggets in 2023 and 2024, the idea of a LeBron Jokic dream team suddenly feels less like fantasy and more like an electrifying possibility. Imagine the headlines and the ripple effects across the league if LeBron does indeed join the very squad and the 3-time MVP that twice crushed his championship hopes. For Lakers fans, a devastating blow. For LeBron, a bold new chapter. For Los Angeles Lakers fans, it might feel like a gut punch seeing their longtime king suit up for a rival. For LeBron, a player who has never been shy about chasing rings wherever the opportunity arises, Denver could be the perfect final stage to chase glory once again. The king might just be ready to trade his Hollywood crown for a new throne. It would be one with a stunning mountain view. Phil Handy reacts to bubble disrespect. They can talk all that tea they want. 5 years after the 2020 NBA bubble transpired, Philadelphia 76ers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey had some controversial words about the perception of the Los Angeles Lakers championship run that year. He said that people around the NBA privately believe that the team's title doesn't truly hold up as a genuine championship. Morey, who was with the Houston Rockets during the bubble, did clarify that if Houston had won the title, he absolutely would have celebrated it as legitimate, knowing the immense effort and resilience required. Dallas Mavericks assistant coach Phil Handy served as an assistant under former Lakers head coach Frank Vogel when LA won the 2020 title, and he issued a reaction to the negative perception of the bubble ring. The 2019-20 campaign marked Handy's first with the Lakers coaching staff, though he already knew what it took to win a title at the highest level before he reached the mountaintop with Los Angeles. He joined the Lakers as a two-time champion as an assistant before winning his third with the purple and gold. The 2020 NBA playoffs were a different beast in that there weren't fans cheering in the stands and teams didn't travel for home and away games, but it's not clear that a normal postseason format that year would have resulted in a different champion being crowned. After all, the Lakers were utterly dominant throughout the 2020 NBA playoffs and handily defeated every one of their four opponents on the way to a ring. First, the Lakers beat the Portland Trail Blazers, Rockets, and Denver Nuggets in 5 games each in the opening 3 rounds of the playoffs. Then, in the championship series, the Lakers had a 3-1 series lead over the Miami Heat at one point in time, and they later eliminated Miami in 6 games. All in all, the Lakers earned that title fair and square regardless of all of the unique circumstances, and folks shouldn't be so quick to belittle the accomplishment.